Bonjour, je m'appelle Kaze. Aujourd'hui, that's all you're going to get. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Something that I don't really hear anymore in advertising for movies, feel free to correct me, of course, is the feel-good movie. It's a phrase that I feel has disappeared for some reason, and in my humble opinion, any film can be described as a feel-good movie since art is subjective. But for simplicity's sake, though, I guess it can be described as a film that has no real villain. The conflict is usually personal, family-oriented, goal-driven, and overcoming the odds type of thing. All designed to help us as the audience, well, feel good. For some, that could be passing that class, finish writing that song, or in my case, it's finding a woman who doesn't laugh at me after sex. With that out the way, though, let's look at what I feel was one of the most high-praise, feel-good movies of the time, Amelie. Released in 2001, the story focuses on Amelie, played spectacularly by Audrey Tautou. Oh, Miss Tattoo, if that is not the proper way to pronounce your name, please feel free to reach out and let me know, and we can, talk about it. She's a daydreaming girl from France with peculiar interests that decides to help those close to her find love, find closure with past problems, and discover new experiences, all just to see how it makes them feel and if it was for the best. She does this in some very creative ways, for example, leading a blind man around and explaining everything that she sees to him. So she sets up a co-worker with someone else that she feels would make a good relationship with because she sees how unhappy the two of them are. She helps a store worker with a really demeaning boss by basically mind-fucking this boss with the items in his apartment. Makes me laugh all the time. There are a few other scenarios which I won't go into due to spoilers and also on how fun and charming I think they are. Sometime during the film, we see Amelie come across a man named Nino who captures her eye, and she is just beyond shy how to proceed with this, and he is honestly no better. Now it becomes a story to see if she can overcome her insecurities with overblown ways to see if they can work out. Due to her shyness, this proves to be difficult, and it's unfortunate because you want these two to get together. They're very likable characters. Besides Amelie and Nino, my other favorite characters are a man that lives in Amelie's building that has the brittle bone disease, and a proto store worker I mentioned earlier that she helps as well. A quick point about the man with the brittle bone disease. I like that he's not a overly big plot device or anything like that, him being sent to the hospital because he gets sick or anything. He's just a man. He loves to paint, he appreciates her company, and he offers her advice. I feel too many times an ailment in film has to be drawn attention to, as if that's all a character is. I knew more about his love of painting the same art piece over and over again, as opposed to him being a victim of his condition, which is important in the story, but it's not all he is. Good writing will do that. I am giving this a 9 out of 10, not giving it a 10 because I think not everyone is open to this type of film. Plus there are a few plot points that I feel go unresolved. This is a very well put together film. The performances are great and all the performers look like they had great chemistry together. This was directed by Jean-Pierre who did Delicatessen, City of Lost Children, and Alien Resurrection. Say what you will about that last one, but the man does know how to capture good character performances and memorable images. This was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, winning 0, unfortunately. Set design and cinematography are gorgeous, from the streets and houses to areas like this amusement park ride. So of course it got recognized. Unfortunately, going up against the Fellowship of the Ring winning cinematography and Moulin Rouge for art direction and set design had Amelie take some L's. Quick story on how I first saw this movie was back in 2002. I was hanging out with my friend Hector, and afterwards we stopped at the local Target to go do some window shopping for some movies. I didn't get anything. But I remember us seeing the DVD for Amelie, and we were both intrigued, but yet not completely aware of what it was about. So we take a gamble, he buys it, and we were just glued to the screen with the story and laughing with all the humor. It was definitely one of those fun experiences that you keep in your mind. The very next day, I bought it. Here is my little DVD copy from all those years ago. And I remember my mother, she was feeling low about some stuff, and she went ahead and she sees it, and she goes in and she tells me, "Thanks for letting me see this movie. I felt better afterwards." Sometimes something as minimal as a movie experience, a song, can help us get out of whatever kind of little rut that we're in. One thing I might add that this film does is showcase our personal, private joys. I mentioned earlier that Amelie has peculiar interests such as cracking the top of creme brulee or dipping her hands in grain just to get some kind of satisfaction. I feel this is a great description for the audience to see that the little things that we do privately aren't really all that weird. Enjoying the smell of a new book, thinking of scenarios that never happen. I like to throw rocks over at the water, even though I never successfully skip any. So that was Amelie. Have you watched it before? Have you forgot about it? Have I encouraged you to want to watch it? And what are some feel-good movies that you enjoy, be it like this or ones that you feel are just unique to you? Let me know in the comment section. Please like or dislike the video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Peace and love to be continued.
Bonjour, j'appelle pour l'annonce.
Vous êtes maquillé?
Pardon?
Je vous demande si vous êtes épilé parce que le tablier de sapeur aujourd'hui, ça rebute le client.
Bonjour. Hello. Could you help on me? Oh.